Here is the stage that you need to be at to complete this stage thoroughly. So you should have each view outlined, just the concrete panel profile outlined on that view, the two concrete panels and the edges of the wooden panels inserted in between, the ends of the wooden panels and the concrete panel sitting behind, as well as the 4 brackets. Then in the plan view, the top surfaces of the concrete panels as well as the wooden panels in between. One detail I realised that is missing is the brackets that are in an L shape being seen in this view over here behind the wood, and also projected up and seen how it connects to the wood up here. So you'll see this in this next stage. The length of the brackets are 100mm in real life and 10mm in the scale drawing, so you measure in 10mm that way and then 10mm in that way. So you would be projecting the points at which they connect to the panels of wood across those 2 points, across those 2 points, across. You can see my green lines are already there, and you'd also project them up into these views as well, up to the 45-degree line, and then these 2 lines would come up and come down and create these little boxes, which are going to end up being in hidden detail. Here you can see some of the boxes being drawn up. That is one bracket there, there's another bracket there, this bracket in this view is here, and on the other side here, and these little edges are these little slithers here. I've made a mistake here. It's because I was designing as I went rather than having finished the design process of this design through sketching first, and I thought my brackets were going to go all the way across, so I drew these outlines, these 2 outlines here, so those need to be removed. As I'm drawing this example in pen, they'll need to be twinked out. Luckily you guys are using pencil, so it's much easier to fix if you make a similar mistake. Here you can see all the views have been finished with outlines and hidden detail. This section view is going to be hatched, some of the objects that have been cut through with the knife, you know, that pretend knife that's cut through the chair down that axis there. So it isn't actually going to have any hidden detail, but these other 3 views do. We know that the wood and the brackets are behind the concrete, so we need to indicate that where they are located. We need to indicate where the groove, how deep the groove is cut into or set into the concrete. We need to indicate where the brackets would be found behind the wood, and also those details in the plan view, so we can really understand how all these different components fit together. Hidden detail are lighter lines that are dashed. Try to keep a pattern to the size of your dash and the gap in between. Sometimes it's a bit tricky when you've got small details like the brackets to fill in with a hidden detail dash, but I usually keep to about 2 to 3mm long dashes with a couple millimeters in between. The next stage will be putting on some dimensioning, some major measurements to help indicate how big this design is, and also some other codes and conventions within this drawing. So look out for stage 5 on the YouTube channel.